Testing testicles. What's up, homies? How y'all doing? It's your boy Sonny. I just wanted to make this video today. First of all, just to thank those of you that have been here the longest and have stuck around these past few years. I know I haven't uploaded a lot on YouTube, but that's definitely going to be changing here soon. I want to post weekly videos on Tuesdays. At least one video a week, maybe two. We'll see what happens. And I just wanted to make this video just to kind of share my story with you guys. Some of you already know this, most of you don't. But in 2010, I was diagnosed with a acoustic neuroma, which is a form of brain tumor that affects your hearing and your balance, because it's on the actual balance nerve along the inner ear. My tumor is on the left side and has caused me to go deaf in my left ear. I also deal with vertigo and migraines and just what do you call it? Unsteadiness, balance issues. It sucks. I've been dealing with it for 10 years. It's been a lot of ups and downs these past 10 years. You know, I remember starting out 2010 scared as hell, not knowing what my future really held for me. I was in the Army at the time. I was in very good shape. I was training MMA, like I wanted to get out and go into the UFC at some point. But all that changed. Like, I was actually supposed to deploy to Iraq. And before you deploy, you take all these physicals and they check you and, they make sure you're ready for war. One of those tests was a hearing test, and I failed for my left ear. And so they were trying to figure out what was going on with that. They did a bunch of tests, did an MRI of my brain, bam, brain tumor. Which I had been dealing with symptoms of the tumor for a while and didn't even know. Like, most people don't know they have this shit, right? So, like, you'll start out with some ringing in your ear, some tinnitus, and, you'll get, like, frequent migraines and stuff like that. And I was getting dizzy and stuff in training, but I thought it was just because, I was, pushing myself. But I had been experiencing vertigo and stuff like that for over a year before I ever was diagnosed with this thing. Anyways, getting into 2010, I don't know what's going to happen. They give me the option to monitor the tumor's growth for a few months and see if it's like growing rapidly or, if it's going to be like a slow growing kind of thing. So I ended up doing that, and the tumor was slow growing, and I had two choices basically, well, three choices. I could have just left it alone, and just see what happens with it. Or I could have had brain surgery to remove the tumor. And then there was radiation treatment. The brain surgery scared the shit out of me, because I've seen horror stories online where they get the tumor removed and then they lose all feeling in the side of their face. Like, that was one of the side effects I had to worry about with the tumor in general, because if it got too big, the left side of my face would start drooping. Anyways, I go for the radiation. They end up screwing a halo into my head, mounting me into this fucking thing you would see in a goddamn movie, right? And shooting lasers into my head to stunt the tumor's growth. Now, they put me under to put the halo on. When I woke up, though, after the radiation treatment and all that stuff, when they took the halo off, it was the most excruciating fucking pain I can remember. They were unscrewing screws in the back of my head. And I felt every screw come out. After that, for the next 2 weeks, I had trouble eating and drinking water. Thought I was dying. Like, I couldn't keep anything down. I couldn't take vitamins. I couldn't do anything. Called the doctor up and I'm like, hey, I explain all my issues I'm having. And he's like, well, you probably have swelling of the brain. Here's some medicine. And hopefully this helps. Let me know if it doesn't. I get the medicine and start taking the medicine. Apparently I had swelling of the brain because after I started taking the medicine, everything mellowed out. I was able to eat and drink again. This was a very scary time. I was 22 years old when I found out, about to turn 23. I thought like I said, military. I was doing MMA. I had my whole life ahead of me. Next thing I know, everything gets turned upside down. All my friends leave to go to Iraq. I'm stuck behind. Not only am I dealing with my medical issues, but then I got my chain of command giving zero fucks. Right? Most of the people on rear detachment are treated like shit because the higher ups believe that they're just faking whatever their medical issue is to get out of going to war. I was upset because I'd been training for 2 years. It was going to be, most of the people in my squad, it was going to be our first deployment together. So it sucked, watching all my buddies leave and then me have to be stuck behind. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with these higher ups that are treating me like shit just because they feel like I'm faking whatever's wrong with me. Which I don't know how you can fake going deaf in your left ear. I mean, I guess you could pretend not to hear shit. But I don't know. What really bothered me about the whole experience with rear detachment was being put on funeral detail. Like, you got this guy that's been, he's 23. He's just been diagnosed with a brain tumor, right? You don't know whether he's coming or going, what the future holds for him. But somewhere in your fucking higher up mind, you're like, you know what? I'll put that guy on funeral detail. And for the next 2 months, I went to I want to say 30 funerals. Literally 2 or 3 funerals a week for 2 months. But what? I don't know. What goes through motherfuckers' minds to make them want to do that to somebody? That's always bothered me. Fast forward though, after the funerals and stuff. Like all this shit's going on, right? I find my beautiful wife. Best thing that ever happened to me. Because I was on a downward spiral, to be completely honest. Once I found out about the tumor, I kind of got pissed off and started drinking a lot and doing a bunch of shit I wasn't supposed to be doing. And when my wife came along, she snapped me out of it. And, you know, my daughter was born in 2011. I ended up getting out of the Army in 2012. And then I went to school. Got my degrees. Got a job. Was doing really well. Was a contract manager for the state of Florida. But like my medical issues ended up catching up to me. And I ended up losing my job and having to file for disability in 2018. March of 2018. That's been one of the hardest things for me. Is accepting the fact that I'm disabled. Like, I look normal, right? I'm not in a wheelchair. I can stand up. I might stumble around looking like I'm a drunk motherfucker. But other than that, I look like a normal dude. And because I look like a normal dude, like, people judge me because I'm on disability, right? I get to stay at home and pursue a dream of mine, right? Because, like, this is my dream. This is the only thing I really have left, right? Because I've had to give up the Army. I've had to give up my MMA dreams. Like, gaming and music are like two of the biggest things to me. You know, music has been my biggest escape whenever I was, you know, thoroughly depressed. Tool, man, I found Tool at the right time in my life. Their album Lateralis in general, like the whole album, helped me get through a lot of the tumor shit. I love what I do. I love playing games for people and cutting up and acting a fool and making people laugh and forget about their fucked up day. That is like my goal in life, is to entertain people and make them forget about their fucked up day. Because I know how hard it can be. I know how fucked up the world can be. But like, if anything, I want to be a testament that no matter what, don't fucking give up on your dreams. Keep pushing. It's like the Army told me, never give up. Never accept defeat. That's some shit that'll stay with me forever. And I look forward to cutting up and acting a fool with you guys. And making a bunch of videos. And, you know, we'll see what the future holds, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to make this video and say thank you for those that have been here and have stuck with me. And I just wanted to welcome all the new guys that'll be coming soon. It's going to be a hell of a ride. And I look forward to the journey with you all. Until next time, guys. Peace.
It's fucking